Hello and welcome to the Met Office 10-day trend. The main trend over the next 5 days is that cloud and rain will move south. By the weekend, there's the potential in southern parts of the UK for some really heavy showers and thunderstorms. Drier conditions eventually arrive to the north, and for the start of next week, that's how things are looking. Heavy showers or thunderstorms in the south, drier and sunnier further north, warming up. Days 7 to 10 then look a little more uncertain. There are two main scenarios that are evident from the computer models, and the outcome depends on the behaviour of something known as a cut-off upper vortex. To show you what that looks like, let's take a look at the jet stream sequence over the next few days. At the moment, the jet stream is very amplified over the Atlantic. It's got these big loops in it. And when these loops loop back on themselves, they can become detached. They can form closed circulations that are separate from the main flow. And this happens, if you see it there over the Atlantic, later Thursday, this circulation forms a cut-off upper vortex that drifts into the Atlantic and becomes separate from the main jet stream to the north. But it also happens over the UK on Friday. Low pressure moves in from the northwest. The jet stream develops this really big loop in itself, and then it becomes detached, cut off from the main flow. And that can introduce some uncertainty in our forecast, because when these cut-off upper vortices become separate from the main flow of the jet stream, well, there's nothing really to move them on. They behave more like a spinning top, wobbling about fairly erratically. And for the start of next week, you can see that closed circulation wobbling about on the near continent or across southern parts of the UK. And its behaviour and its movement through next week will determine our weather, and therein lies the uncertainty for later next week. But more on that in a moment. There's not so much uncertainty over the next few days, because it looks likely that unsettled weather will move into northwestern parts of the UK on Thursday. Some heavy rain for northern and western Scotland, Northern Ireland, and then that wet weather pushes south. Bands of rain or showers for many places during Friday, and you can see this is dawn on Friday. Outbreaks of rain for many parts of the UK, drier to the southeast, but if this cold front slows down somewhat and it warms up in the southeast, we'll see some heavy showers developing. However, it looks likely that there will be outbreaks of rain for many places, especially towards the east, perhaps a little drier and brighter towards the west. For the start of the weekend, that low drifts further south, and by this stage we've got this closed circulation in the upper atmosphere above the UK, wobbling about like a spinning top. And that means that there is some uncertainty on the behaviour of these showers and outbreaks of rain by Saturday. It looks most likely that the southern half of the UK will see a lot of cloud and outbreaks of rain or showers moving fairly randomly across the country. Further north, it's likely to be drier with this high pressure moving in. Still a lot of cloud though, and well, temperatures on the cool side, I think, mid-teens, whilst further south it will be a little warmer, although again temperatures suppressed because of the cloud and the showers. By Sunday, well, we could bring up some more humid and unstable air from the continent to give some really pokey downpours across southern parts of the UK, even some thunderstorms. Whilst further north it's sunnier, it's drier, and it's warmer, temperatures into the low 20s. It'll be warm and humid in the south as well. I think these temperatures will be the result of a lot of cloud cover, but if the cloud breaks, higher temperatures can be expected. And for the start of next week, well, that wobbling vortex remains to the south of the UK. So always the potential to draw up humid air and showers or thunderstorms from France to affect southern parts of the UK, whilst high pressure dominates proceedings across the north. And that's the more straightforward forecast, with plenty of sunny spells and fine weather expected here. And it's the behaviour of that low pressure to the south that is causing us a little bit of a headache here at the Met Office. One computer model, the latest European computer model run, pushes the low pressure up from the continent and spreads it more widely across the UK from the middle of next week. But it seems to be a relatively lone voice. And you can see that in this chart. This effectively shows higher pressure up here towards the top of the x-axis, lower pressure down here. And you can see the trend, a dip there. The dotted line is what I'm pointing out here, a dip there for the weekend. And then it starts to rise again early next week. This is for Southampton, before it tumbles once again later next week. We don't just look at the main computer model run, the operational run. We run the model many times, and these other dotted lines are the result of all those other computer model runs. The darker area shows where the majority of those computer models sit. And you can see that the main, most recent run is much lower than the majority of the other computer model runs. In other words, for Southampton, most of the computer model runs keep higher pressure for the second half of next week. It's really only a small minority of computer model runs that have lower pressure. And it's similar for Inverness, but it happens later. So generally higher pressure throughout much of next week. Towards the end of the week, that main computer model run brings lower pressure north across the UK, but the rest of the models seem to want to keep higher pressure. So it's a minority situation and therefore much less likely. The more likely scenario, this is what most computer models, including the American model, the Met Office model, are going for. After Tuesday, low pressure moves away to the south of the UK and high pressure develops instead. So northern parts of the UK likely to see a lot of fine weather through next week. The threat, especially through the start of next week, of showers or thunderstorms in the south. And the small chance those showers and thunderstorms will drift north through next week, but much more likely is that it will turn drier more widely. And whatever happens, there is a warming temperature trend. It looks like, this is the red line showing the average temperature for the time of year, and you can see the dates go out on the bottom there. You can see these boxes all sit above the average line. So whatever happens, could have picked anywhere. Leeds is just representative of much of the UK for next week. Whatever happens, many places will see above average temperatures through the next week or so. We'll keep you updated as always on social media, and you can follow those updates on these channels. Bye-bye.